Hello, everyone, and welcome to Losers World Podcast. We got me, Boardman, whatever you like to call me, Bodie. Just don't call me anything mean. And of course, we have. I might be the Raven. I'm very distracted by your self-introduction. It was very weird. And needed to be interesting. So, we haven't done one in a while. We're going to try to do more regularly. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So many news stories we missed out on. So many things with the Olympics I wanted to talk about. And we kept saying we're going to do it. And now it's just like 10 o'clock at night and we're just like, let's go. So that's why we don't even have like ice night or anything. We're just going for it. But we do got news stories. There was one news story I want to talk about. You have your subject, right? You got a subject. Yeah, and I'm trying to pull up some news stories, but all these are really depressing. Oh, so, just so you know, we're going to try to do a new thing where, because I always love when seeing something stupid happen, or not just news story, like, like, oh, movie announcement, or this announcement, and we just, like, read the comments to see what morons talk about it. So, we're going to do a little thing near the end where, or partway through our subject, where we just read 2 or 3, Facebook posts, Instagram posts, where, and just read the comments. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like CNN news of like firefighter's dog like went to war. Like, no, you can do like a movie announcement or something. You literally just told me to find something news. I told you before going. You know what? Whatever. We're going with my subject first. So, Nirvana is getting sued. Did you hear about this? Nirvana is actually getting sued. Why? What did they do? Sexual exploitation, actually, apparently, at least according to the Nirvana baby. You know who the Nirvana baby is, right? Oh, joy, I see now. So, one of the most iconic album covers of all time, I at least think, and it's pretty much mutually agreed upon, is the baby, in the pool, and swimming. So, of course, one of the things about this album, one of the things I dislike about the album, is the genitalia of the baby. Now, of course, the baby's an adult. Did not, of course, agree, most likely. I don't know many babies who can talk. And did not apparently like this very much for obvious reasons. Aren't there versions where it's they edited it out though? Oh yeah, there's definitely versions of it edited out. It's a good album too, but that's also helpful. It was such a popular album. So the baby, now an adult, is suing. A lot of people, from what it seems, thinks that the kid should be it's adult. I need to stop saying kid, but they should be suing the parents, not Nirvana, who probably didn't particularly pick the album cover like straight out. Be like, you know what we need, baby, in a pool, naked. Like, I don't think that like this was the plan. And especially like you get paid to be on it. You know what I mean? It's not like you got used or anything. But see, what the interesting thing is, before anyone calls us jokes for discussing this, apparently, according to a lot of people, this guy is BSing, like, and is lying. Like, apparently this dude, like, would recreate this photo every few years and recreate the photo. So it's kind of like, there was some people made the debate that, well, it could just be, his way of kind of conquering what happened. But he also did it for, like, Rolling Stone for, like, money. And has the album name tattooed on him. Now, I'm only going by what people said, but if that's all true, you're getting your case thrown out, my dude. Like, that doesn't sound like someone who is exploited. It seems like someone who realized that they can make some money. I mean, it's kind of is, though, like, he didn't agree to be on it. But if you have used that as your name to fame, And I think like his thing was like damages and stuff. Like no one, I agree with the people. No one recognizes the baby as an adult.
My thing is, if they're trying to make this into a consent thing, it's not gonna work. The parents or somebody agreed for this to happen. I would say the suit Nirvana was weird. I don't know how much they really get to say. They probably like approved of it, but there's like
yeah, they definitely approved.
The music producers, the record label, the photographer, the parents, there's so many other people. Maybe articles are leaving them out because it's more clickbaity to put just Nirvana, but
yeah, I went into it a little bit.
You at least gotta sue everyone.
Yeah, I went into this a little bit. No, I kind of feel like it's a bit of a using the system type of deal. But I mean, I'm willing to hear this dude out. I haven't seen the tattoo myself, but I mean, it's one of those things. Like some people could say, well, you know, seeing other people do it, it makes you be like, ooh, money signs in their eyes. But it could also just be simply, oh, I never even realized I could do this. No one ever brought this up to me. I never thought about this, you know. And it could simply be put that this is kid, as a baby, was put everywhere. As I said, it's one of the most famous album covers of all time. This could be everywhere. Like, yeah, I don't know if I would be comfortable years later. You never agreed to be one of the poster childs of rock albums. You know, I mean, they never agreed to that.
See, those reasonings I do think are valid. I know some people are going to spin this in a bunch of different directions, so depending on what the actual reasoning is my take on the issue, really.
Sexual exploitation. So I would see as more as the case go on. I feel like Nirvana will fight it. I think it's kind of also weird to see Nirvana get sued, speaking the frontman isn't even alive. Like, I don't know. I feel like the record label does a lot with albums, so I'm sure there's gonna be some Nirvana fan that's just like, how dare you? No, the musician picks everything. Listen, music fans, no. Simply just no. They don't even write most of their songs. They don't own most of their songs. And I'm sure Nirvana falls into that category, so maybe chill out just a little bit. Okay, but yeah, no, that was my subject, because it's just out of nowhere, just like to hear the Nirvana baby suing them is kind of just like, I feel like that's just like a headliner to catch eyes. Like, it should, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just so freaking interesting that this is, like, happening. Like, this is also just, like, this is music, this is pop culture, this is weird. Like, it falls into all the categories of just being a big news story, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see why a lot of people are intrigued by this story.
So, yeah, I mean, there's not much I can say. My current thing is, I'm willing to hear the dude out, see the quote, like, because I don't want to just go by, like, oh, the initial suit and the initial filings, because so, like, that gives you a pretty easy detail. You gotta hear what the more, like, cold case testimonies, I'm forgetting the word, transcript of what happened to the cold case, what they actually are saying more in detail, not just the initial suing.
Well, I'm more intrigued by, because I don't know anything about this, and obviously most people who hear this headline, they don't know much about this, so they're gonna, obviously a lot of people don't agree with this, with the Nirvana baby, for lack of better naming of the guy, but seeming a lot of other people who do know about this are kind of say that this guy's full of shit, and that he actually likes to exploit this for money, commonly, or just, at least, maybe not for money, but at least enjoys it if he really has the tattoo and shit. So I don't know how much, once that starts to get out, because that has been the trend in the last year or two, especially with people like John Depp getting in trouble, people then try to, once the rest of the information, like in the past, it used to be just the initial accusations or the initial headlines is what broke, and then it starts to trail off at some point, and especially in the last few years that was the case, but recently it's been more and more the case of big news articles once all this other information is made to light. So, and a lot of people are very much into defending other people now. So, I'm very intrigued to see what the clapback against this is going to be, because still people are going to take a lot of that out of context. People are taking this part out of context already.
The issue is like social media, my dude. If you did something, people are gonna know. But I actually think, I kind of think everyone's gonna agree with Nirvana. They're the big celebrities in this. They always get sided with because they don't want their fans. Like, fans don't want their guys getting taken down. They don't want people being sued. They're always going to defend them. In my mind, I think Nirvana is walking in, and I think no matter what happens, they got the people's support. No one, and especially with anti-cancer culture being even more popular sometimes than cancer culture, I think it's going to be everyone's like, how dare you sue? You're just a moron. So, we'll see. I think we should wait to kind of maybe get more in. Because, with the sexual exploitation of it, we probably should. Let's hear the post now, bit.
That's why I don't have an opinion on whether or not the guy's case is valid. I'm just giving an opinion on how people are reacting to it. Because I don't know what his full case is. So, I don't know. I'm going to wait for you to fill me in on this, since you broke this to me in the first place.
Yeah, I feel like I'm CNN. But, do you want to go with the news stories on, like, the comment section, insulting commenters, or do you want to go with your news story first? You're the topic for the...
Yeah, it's not a news story. I had a topic. A lot of people are talking about the Spider-Man movie of late, so we have a vast opinion on superhero movies.
For some reason, I thought your subject was going to be Ron Jeremy.
No.
Unless he could be in the movie. We don't know.
No. That's actually not even my subject. It's nothing to do with the movie or predictions for the movie.
So it is Ron Jeremy.
No. It has to do with Marvel movies in general, with the subject of, since we have basically seen most superhero movies for DC and Marvel that have come out ever, honestly, what do you think is like, just like, I just want to, people talking about good movies lately, I just want to talk about some shitty Marvel movies.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many Ron Jeremy was in, but,
Especially because we already, I'm knowing you, we already both publicly have stated on numerous occasions that the reboot of the Fantastic Four is probably one of the worst.
That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
So I just want to see what other Marvel movies you want to crap on. Well, I guess, more or less, I actually have a better subject.
Yeah, you said
we already just gave our answer. We already gave the answer.
Yeah, the answer was pretty easy. Other one is that can top my mind is Spirit of Vengeance, the second Ghost Rider movie, just because like the flamethrower the multiple times in the movie was just, oh my god.
The third Blade movie. The second one, if I remember correctly, I didn't mind too much, but the third was just, eh.
I don't know. I don't remember. I think the third was kind of like that it was so weird. It was kind of funny to enjoy. But what's your new topic?
Well, it has to do with those movies, and it has to do with the fact of everyone's predictions. So many predictions for Spider-Man and stuff coming up. So many different characters are coming in and out of so many different Marvel movies. What do you think is the biggest wasted potential of either a movie, a character, or anything in Marvel? Or really DC, I guess, too.
Mine is a mixed opinion. The announcing of Blade and the announcing of the Fantastic Four is the biggest waste to me. Like, they already have the casting of the characters, and some of these movies are like a couple years from now. No offense, I think they should have appeared, and then you announce the movie. Or you announce the movie when you, like, sooner to the date, not just like, oh, by the way, this movie's happening in a few years. Get excited, because they announced so many things. They could have, like, that day and that week, they could have just kept it a mystery. To me, that's the biggest waste, is that they ruined the surprise that these characters are in it by the way, this movie's coming, and then you were excited. Then you actually look at it and it's like, oh, this is not happening for a couple of years. Like, they already have Blade's actor. Why couldn't they just put Blade in one movie, one mid-career scene, and then announce the movie? To me, it's a lost art of Marvel. Is the way to introduce a character is. So you kind of, to me, I'm already like, I kind of already have mixed opinions about Blade and Fantastic Four going into it because it already feels just like a money grab, and I don't have like I know they're there, I know they're coming. It ruins it a bit. Like the shows I don't mind, but like some of these big movies, you're ruining a blockbuster in a bit.
Maybe they just want you to wait and be like, ooh, when will this person show up? But I can see that's a problem. DC had a problem with that because they announced, at least there's a lot of rumored projects they were going to work on for DCEU.
No, they did full on announce them.
They had a lot, and then they're just not doing them. So they had an issue with, and I don't think Marvel is going to have that same issue, but they're going to eventually have to cancel one or two projects.
With DC, what you were bringing up, there was 3 stages of it. They announced some like Green Lantern Corps, and then there was some that was either rumored or they said was in development, like Lobo. And then there was ones where they were just rumored, where like I can't even name one. It's been so long, and then they just all can't happen because at that point they have like 30 freaking movies, and now some of them are technically happening, but I don't even consider it to be the original announcements because it's just kind of like now they're just like reworking most of the project because it's so stupid to do so many ideas. But thankfully HBO Max is kind of saving most of it by like, oh yeah, by the way, you don't have to do 20 movies a year. Put it here. Make it into a TV show. Make it into an exclusive movie. But what was your wasted Marvel character?
Marvel character thing in general. I honestly gotta say, yeah, I was too distracted by your whole thing. I was very much listening to you.
I have a second answer, by the way.
Oh yeah, you just answered twice.
Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion could literally have been a entire movie, like, series. Like, it could be a next phase, and you're kind of this... It's gonna be a TV show, and it's already pre-announced. So it's kind of like, you already know it's happening. Like, the Secret Invasion is not secret. You know it's happening, and it probably will be, like, 5 episodes. You know, the last episode will be bad, and there won't be a season 2, because most of these shows aren't getting season 2. They're just limiting. So, to me... The Secret Invasion is a big comic book that is probably going to be wasted because the potential could be more. But to be fair, I mean, with the current end series plan, kind of like the next Thanos, so to speak, is going to be cool, and they don't really need Secret Invasion. But do you have an answer finally?
I have 2. I think my portion is a wasted opportunity of not introducing, for the Spider-Man movies, not introducing any of the Osborns, or Norman or Henry. I just think, because Harry, because you know now when they come in, it's just gonna be, once they do their real version of this one, the universe, it's just gonna be, they're gonna walk on in and be like, dun dun dun, we are here now. It's just like, they really could have just hinted at them in some way. Cause
I feel like that's a lot of Marvel characters just to hop on that, like Doctor Doom. It's kind of like, a lot of characters now have to be, we are here, when it's kind of like, well, why can they always be there? I get that they didn't own the character, but it kind of, a lot of characters won't make sense that they just are appearing, because it's kind of like, wouldn't we know the Osborns were always there, but...
Doctor Doom is different because we haven't seen the people he usually interacts with. We have seen Spider-Man so many times without either of those two doing something. It's just...
I just don't...
Now we're just going to get, like, the major Spider-Man villain is just going to walk on in eventually.
I don't consider Doctor Doom, though, like, just Fantastic Four now. Like, Avenger, love it, threat, pretty much. But what's your other idea?
Basically, most of the characters in the X-Men franchise. You know that they wasted them.
They wasted the opportunity.
They tried to recast. Most of them were recasted 3 times.
Oh wait, are you talking about like? Oh, we could do non-MCU.
Yeah.
My answer is
they just wasted so many, and they try to recast them, rebrand them, re-age them.
They stay in the background
just to try to reuse them minorly, and they still get wasted. So many good potential. You're a huge X-Men fan, and I thought this would be your complaint. So
I thought it was MCU, but no, they wasted so many characters just to throw them into the background. Like
literally, they were gonna make a Gambit movie with Channing Tatum as Gambit. You couldn't have gotten a good Gambit act in the first place, and plus his age is not gonna make sense when they put him in now.
No, they redid the universe. Yeah, I guess
Nothing about the universe makes sense to me.
The universe is over. It's dead. Why hop on it?
I'm saying that they just had so many good opportunities, but they used them minorly for a character for like a minor thing in the movie, and then when they had the idea of a better use for the character, they were like, well, we already just had some no-name actor who couldn't really act do the role. What are we gonna do now?
Fox basically the entire thing was either don't give a fuck or it's just pretty much. Then it became, well, no, the universe is restarted when it's like the universe I'm not even gonna get it.
They even had some of them actually had good actors attached to them doing the cameos.
We can spend like 30 minutes just talking just about.
I don't know, but like some of them like
how they messed up.
They didn't even wait to redo some of the characters completely into their restart. Some of them just would come the next movie and just be completely redone.
Yeah. So I kind of just think let's just read some comments of some articles. Let's end this off. I guess not positively let's end this off on a negative note.
I got the first off.
What's the headline?
I don't know if you heard about this, but Disney's Lion King prequel casts their Mufasa.
But wouldn't they already have a Mufasa? Why are they doing a prequel for this? The live action is getting a prequel?
Yep. Many people thought they were going to do a sequel, but they're doing a prequel instead. I guess the criticism of the movie was not enough to end it. They had a expensive cast. They're not doing the expensive cast this time. No, Seth Rogen's, Beyonce's and stuff I think was in the movie. They're not doing any of that. And people are mad because it's the first time James Earl Jones will not be Mufasa.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think
Scar will. I think things are saying Scar will officially be Taka in this movie. It's gonna be like dumbass, very young in the movie.
It's actually, to me though, that's more of an interesting concept than the rebooted Lion King in general. This is the first time I actually find something interesting. It's like, because this is a new story. This is something original. They actually have to me, they have to try for this story.
I'm just trying to debate if I knew they were going to make this, because they talked about, like, they wanted to make Aladdin prequel, a Peter Pan prequel. I knew a lot about their movies. They couldn't Cruella de Vil for, like, 10 years.
But guess what?
But I never, well, more like 5, but still.
Our opinions don't matter. Let's see what the internet has to say. No names, just person 1, person 2.
Okay, we got person...
Go to the top 5 comments.
Okay, so we're going for most relevant?
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't give a fuck.
I can hear it now. ... Then quotation marks. Look out among the Disney dynasty. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. What about the shadowy place? That's the prequel to the live action remake. Fuck. That's the prequel to the live remake bullshit I did a few years back. I will never go there.
Nah, I don't think this would be that forgettable. I think it's definitely a money grab, but Disney has done... No, that's a Song of the South, my dude. That's Song of the South in that corner.
No, I guess... I think this is making fun of... Is this making fun of Disney, or is this making fun of the Lion King in general?
It's making fun of Disney's gonna regret this movie later, because it's just stupid, but... I don't know. To me, Disney doesn't give a fuck.
I gotta say, this has potential more than a sequel in my mind.
It sounds like it will have to have a decent plot. They can't rely on cheap grabs. They have to make something out of it.
Person 2, there's only just somebody just laughing at it, but the next
Person 3.
But yeah, the second real comment.
Third comment.
No, the other laughing comment was a reply to the last
doesn't count.
I still know you wanted to hear this. But this just has a gif of Mufasa and Simba, and it says, the great treasured actor James Earl Jones is only my great King Mufasa and Darth Vader. I loved since my beautiful childhood, since I was 4 or 5 years old, since beautiful middle 1990s lion emoji, a bunch of orange hearts, a bunch of red hearts. I don't I don't anyone to take his place and his roles. No matter what.
What are you gonna do about it, bitch? That's just my. To be fair, I don't want to see anyone do it, but his voice wouldn't fit the character, and honestly, times change, and there's been other people I'm pretty sure who have voiced both of those characters, at least in like a video game or somewhere. So nothing's sacred. And I'm sorry, so try to just James Earl Jones voices. That's 2 movies. I guess Star Wars is multiple, but are you okay? Like that was the only like what type of kid is watching Star Wars and Lion King? They don't even seem like the similar movies. And what kid also recognizes is James Earl Jones is like, no, that's Darth Vader. What kid is like, yeah, that's my favorite character, voiced by James Earl Jones, the voice of my childhood, the late what was it, early 9.
It was since beautiful middle 1990s.
Yes, my beautiful mid 1990s.
He did a lot of good roles.
Wasn't the Lion King late 90s?
I don't know, but I think
he's a good actor.
My 2 things is, one, yes, he's a good actor, but the real 2 things, he does actually commonly do the voice work for Darth Vader, and I think he even did like the minor no line for the prequel trilogy, so he does come back to do Darth Vader and even the minor appearances. But I think you should just have been happy that they were willing to recast everyone but Mufasa for the reboot. That was like a great thing that they will not, for you at least, that they weren't going to recast Mufasa when they really were probably in a lot of other people's minds should have recasted it since it was a reboot.
To me,
so you shouldn't. So to hold on that now they're doing a prequel as well, to be like, no, still do James Earl Jones. You should just be happy that you got him in the reboot.
To me, it's kind of just a simple thing. Like, dude, it's not the movie's not made for you. It's not made for you to be nostalgic. Though, yes, it kind of is. In a way, it depends on the project. I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're a hypocrite later on when I say something different. But I feel like this movie is actually for kids. I feel like this one is gonna be like, I feel like the reboot was for the nostalgic of the adults and to get kids in, but now for like this movie is just gonna kind of get some adults and now kids, and I feel like then at that time they don't have to care about your childhood because this movie isn't meant for you. We'll go to the top 3. Like, I don't want to just like, I realize that we'll probably talk more than we thought, but yeah, top 3. What's the last one?
Okay, the last comment. So Disney's ripping off Kimba one more time.
Oh my god, yes. For those of you who don't know, technically Lion King is most likely a ripoff of this movie called Kimba. But it's just like, it's Kimba the White Lion. Just look it up. Oh my god, you do not care about this movie.
Do you want me to say what the people are replying to with this?
Yeah,
it's short.
Okay.
Okay, there's 2 threads to this. The first thread is, I don't think...
Yeah, you don't need to read them verbatim. Just kind of say
about just somebody said, no one cares about that crap. Lion King was a universal success. Get over it. Somebody else, I know, right? People tend to act like Kimba was good in the first place. Then somebody else came in and was like, was good enough for the mouse to steal that story, LOL. And y'all act like there ain't a billion of Asia who would disagree. And then somebody else said, also, didn't that same studio rip off Bambi in the first place? So I guess they
rip off Cinderella. Isn't Cinderella?
No,
I know. I'm just.
I think they. Oh wait, are they saying Disney ripped off Bambi from them, or are they saying that studio ripped off Bambi from Disney? Whatever. Last one just said, Lion King is absolutely nothing like Kimba at all. Social media has twisted that for story and drama. Look it up. I won't look it up.
Yeah, I won't judge until I watch the movie. I just think it's funny that people care about Kimba. Was our news story Team Star commenters on? We're already about at a half-hour point anyways.
I picked this one because I just knew fans were gonna get mad, so I just knew that there would be something about people being like my childhood, and I was right.
And hey, we got to discuss it a little bit too.
And plus 3 completely different comments. I thought they would all be the same.
Do we want to talk about Ron Jeremy before we go?
I know you want to.
So Ron Jeremy's arrested. This has been an off-going thing for a little bit. He got accused of this sexual assault on so many different versions of it. and so many bad things. And what's this? We're not gonna. It's accusations. He's in prison waiting his trial and sentencing and all that stuff and pleading and stuff like that. He's always saying, and his representative saying he didn't do it. I just mentioned it, so I just want to say it's like 30 accounts, and just for some people, the commenters of that one was just so like, dude, like he didn't seem like himself when I saw him in public or at this ball or in this interview. And it's like, dude, only one or two of these things is the past few years. This is from since 1992 to now. You can't just be like, this dude didn't do it. And I hate the people. I've made some jokes, but like in all seriousness, I hate the people who seriously be like, he's a porn star. Are we really surprised? Like, what? But I kind of like the whole thing is like, this dude lived his life about sex. He's a #1 porn star at one time. Like, dude, like I feel bad that like not for like anyone, but I feel like bad that people live their lives. And that was his only thing that made him famous. So I feel like that was a bit of a cause of it. And I don't want to like psychoanalyze, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone like a psychiatrist looks into him at like a prison and be like, oh well, yeah, this dude really needed to stop thinking about sex so much. Because like, when you only think about it, of course it's gonna lead to some bad things. I don't want to say, you know what I mean, but I mean, have you ever met? You probably met some people in high school that just like only think about it. They're definitely the people who get a bit handsy at, you know, junior prom.
But I don't know what you're going on about, but I don't like the stigma that it's just because somebody does porn, sex work, or something like that, that automatically means no surprise that they're the sex.
What I was trying to say was, before, like, yes, that's what I was trying to say. It's not because he's a porn star. It's because his whole life was literally like he would go around, like he wrote a book about like his porn, like his life of being a porn star. So that to me is why he wouldn't move on. Like he only thought about this. He talked about this. He kept doing it. Like to me, it's like it's not because he was a porn star. It's because he walked, talked, and lived the life of only sex. But to be fair, so people know, and like these people range from 51 to like 14. Like the dude is not also, he's not just like, he's a bunch of things, bunch of forced things, and I'm not gonna say he did it or didn't do it. I just wanted to bring it up just because we mentioned it, so people don't have to Google it. And yeah, it's pretty some nasty stuff though. We'll see what happens. He probably will take a plea deal. Who knows?
Yeah, whether he did or not, he probably should take that plea deal.
I just hate that people are like, he's old. Just not put him in jail.
What?
No, yeah, people are dumb.
How old is he?
Oh, he's really old. He's like, I think either 68 or 78.
Listen,
there's somewhere you can put him. There's somewhere you can put him.
When people want Bill Cosby in jail, and it was proven he did the stuff, I was like, yep, down for him in jail.
He still won't admit he did it.
So I'm going to say it for this guy too. If he did it, he does deserve to go to prison.
And this final thing, we don't judge porn stars here. Live your life. We judge the people who only think about sex, which does not imply porn stars, it implies anyone. So get off of Reddit, get some fresh air, and listen to Losers with a podcast. More episodes coming soon.
Hopefully.
Have a good night, everyone.